Okay, in this video I want to talk about going no contact. I've done videos about going no contact, and for me, it has to be a really bad situation, one that I feel that there's no resolution in sight, there never will be, it's too abusive for me to do the no contact. And I mentioned in videos that I'm a sociologist, and this is my opinion, all of it's my opinion, is that sociologists tend to go toward a problem to resolve it, and more the psychologists, they if it's something, an abusive situation, they back off of it. They teach the person to walk away from it. Not always, one size doesn't fit all, and read the disclaimer in the description box below this video on YouTube. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a healthcare professional or provider, and it's just my opinion. Okay, now seriously, for me to go no contact, as I had years ago with family members, it was a lot. It took a lot out of me. I think it was the final straw in a certain situation, and not all of them are bad, but just being in contact with any of them was a reminder of what was bad, and it was really bad. Okay, and over the years, of course, there were situations that would come up, and that had to be dealt with. Wasn't really too much of a choice, and so there would be this contact, and it was limited contact because I did limit it. But all in all, I would say that there are always these kind of feelings that will come up, and it was dealing with flashbacks and dealing with the whole issue that was going on at the time, plus the flashbacks of previous times. Some of the reasons that I went no contact in the first place. Okay, then it would be a lot to have to deal with at one time, and I worked through all those and got through all those and everything. Then came the time when it was all settled down, and there was no contact. Now, a lot of people, might not be aware of how that feels, and I've mentioned before in a video that it's as if you're having to grieve the death of these people, even though you're pretty sure they're still alive. So you're grieving someone who's still alive. Okay, and for me, there was so many emotions, so many feelings. Just going through the grieving stages it was unbelievable. But yeah, I worked through it, and then something else happened. Emergencies will come up, and if you go in no contact with your family, and like I said, there are some that are not this bad type, but it brings up too much memory, that brought on something else. Another thing is that your own sense of loyalty to the ones who are not the bad ones. Your own sense of loyalty, your own sense of duty, maybe, but that's for you to decide. That's for you to make, it's all your decision. But for you to decide, how is it going to affect you for the rest of your life? Say if somebody died, somebody was in a really bad health situation in the family, that someone who wasn't bad, and you knew you would wind up facing the rest if you went to, say, the hospital. That's up to you. That's your decision. It's right. It's up to, it's up to you. How would it affect you the rest of your life if that person died and you hadn't seen them? Okay. And I had situations like that come up. I had this has been 5 years, I believe, altogether. And there was a death, not that one, but there was a death, and in the family. And I really had to, look within myself and say, what is right for me? And that's including, like I said, the feeling of loyalty, the feeling of duty, the feeling of sometimes even responsibility, but not let anybody else have made that decision for me, to guilt me, to shame me, or any of that kind of thing. But no, for me to do it myself, and to really think about, what am I telling myself? How important is it, to be this way or to do this thing? And that was very important. Okay, and there were other situations where, feelings attached to this, say on particular birthdays, even after anything where there was a contact needed, the next, like when you're grieving somebody who's died, the first of anything, first holidays, first birthdays, first special occasions, whatever, people will say that those are the toughest. And it is, for me it was, going no contact, it was the toughest. It was very tough to go through those all over again. You have a birthday coming up or something. I have a birthday coming up. But if you have a birthday and you don't hear anything from any of them, even though you have gone no contact with them, you have told them no contact, it's such a mixed feeling to know that, okay, they didn't think of you, but you told them not to think of you. You see what I'm saying? Okay, there's so much more to this, but, I don't want to stick on the bad things about it. Okay, and there is good things about it. My mind has, I'll use myself as an example. My mind has felt so much freer since all this. I have been able to process through a lot of things that have gone on in my life. I'm one to think that recovery from, this kind of toxic, or dysfunctional family abuse, any of this is a lifetime thing. I believe you get better, but it's never completely over because you always run a risk. You're always going to have, to me, it's my opinion, flashbacks. Something will come up, a situation will come up that is so similar to something that happened to you, if it's a dysfunctional family, as a child or even as an adult. Or if it was just a toxic relationship, something in your future might come up that was so similar to that it brings back those memories. And that's why I feel that recovery is a lifetime thing. Because there will always be something, but it's not as bad to me as it was at the beginning when the original no contact and going through like that first year of all those feelings. So, my opinion is that it gets better over time, but it's still going to have situations like that or flashbacks and all that. So the good part of that is it gets better over time to me. Now I can't say it's going to be that way for everybody, and of course I'm not one who can predict the future. I don't even know you. So anyway, that's enough for this one. I'll talk to y'all later.